Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Your mental health is very, very important and you should make sure you take care of it. Let's check out the spotlight with Kimberly on Now.
Scotland will be hosting a mental health services workshop seminar, and we're going to be talking to them about it this morning. Joining me is Chair of the Torrance Mohammed Foundation, Mr. Darren Atts, and co-founder of the Woman of Colour Scotland, Dr. Charmaine Blaize. Dr. Blaize has always been passionate about education and has volunteered as a tutor for at-risk students. She has a BSc in Computer Science and Mathematics from the University of the West Indies and a doctorate in Healthcare Management with research focusing on the quality gap in maternal healthcare in developing countries. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Hi, good morning.
Dr. Blaize, I'm sending all the love and the warmth from TNT because I know that you're all the way in Scotland.
Yes, it's welcome, most welcome.
Now, before we get into the conversation.
My daughter was complaining about the cold this morning to go to school, so yes.
Really?
Yes.
Now, before we get into the conversation about the seminar, I just wanted to get a little bit of context in terms of, tell us about the Woman of Colour Scotland.
Oh, great. Yeah, so as I said, I'm a co-founder of Woman of Colour Scotland, and it's predominantly centered around women from marginalized communities in Scotland. And the focus was to really empower women in the diaspora to participate fully in society. And so our focus has mainly been within the creative space, and we have been involved with the Windrush Caribbean Film Festival. We have screened Hero, which has been shown in Trinidad as well. We screened it in Edinburgh to a big audience in the city of Edinburgh's capital. And we went into the pandemic, so we have been more offline, more online, delivering services, collaboration with organizations such as the Edinburgh Caribbean Association and the Windrush community to educate and elevate the community. So one of the things that we also worked on is outreach, and that's where the Torrance Mohammed Foundation comes in, and we have been collaborating to operate the food bank. We also collaborate we also collaborated to do a food bank for Christmas, for the Christmas drive.
Right.
And we have been collaborating with the August Kids Fiesta, but all about promoting culture and connecting communities.
Yeah.
And we know that the creative space is very good for mental health. And so we have now ventured into offering these seminars because we know that there's a dire need for mental health support in the world and globally and locally. We also need to do that. And so this is just our giving back to a community as a diasporic community, giving back with our resources, skills, and collaborating with our friends and partners in the Caribbean and also within the UK region.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Blaize, I was reading about, is it the Reflect, Rest, and Reset series of talks? Can you share some more about that?
Yeah, so, coming out of the pandemic, we had one of the features of the pandemic was isolation. And now more societies are going out, venturing out. We have had a loss of life, loss of livelihood. There are a lot of changes. This is a global event that we are all experiencing together. And so in terms of reflecting, we need to reflect on how the pandemic has affected us. And we also need to reset, like how are we going to go about? Many people did not return to their jobs. Many people didn't have jobs to return to. And also rest, because we need to take care of our mental health. We need to take care of ourselves. And rest is one part of that. So the series would be reflecting on these challenges and providing everyday solutions or remedies for people to be able to improve their mental health and maintain their mental health, because all of us, we need to maintain our mental health, and there is a dire need for support, and that's why we created the series.
Right. And I know that we will be having one, of course, locally on the 22nd of January. Tell us what are some of the themes that we expect to cover during that seminar.
Okay, so the focus is on the Trinidad audience, and we would be the panel. We are gathering Caribbean experts on mental health, social care. The the topics would be on well-being, how to maintain personal development, how to how to maintain your mental health.
Right.
Some of the things that we would be covering, we have a psychologist coming from the Caribbean that has been working with youth and counseling, so offering those counseling skills. We have another that is involved in doing digital mental health services and tools. So those are some of the things you'll be sharing. But the main focus is on how to cope with grief, loss, and also how to spot some of the signs of mental health illness, because there are many, it's an invisible health feature, and most of the times it's manifested by adverse outcomes or people being very unwell and we don't know why. So one of the things, so those are some of the topics that we would be featuring in. And also how to create joy, how to create joy in all of these challenges that we have.
Dr. Blaize, I believe this will be so helpful, especially as we're coming back out. Well, we're coming from the COVID-19 pandemic and we're going back out to work and that sort of thing. Is this going to be an online course that people can access? Is there a fee? How exactly is it going to roll out?
Yes, so it is free, and it would be at the Creative Arts Center in San Fernando. So it's actually a physical space. The panel would be on the ground in San Fernando at the Creative Arts Center, and also the panel that the diasporic people would be online on Zoom. The main reason why we're having a physical presence is that one of the features of COVID is isolation, and that has impacted a lot on people reconnecting with communities and reconnecting with themselves. So that's why the focus is on really having that physical connection where people could meet, see, and talk to each other in that sense, and not exclusively a remote feature.
Yeah. Now, I know that you said that in the diaspora where you are, there's a lot of creative people and that sort of thing. But who should come out to this Rest and Reflect series of talks? And is it open to the younger generation as well? For example, teenagers who may be going through a tough time right now.
Yes, exactly. So it's open to everyone. It's open to the general public, and as you know, some of the children have been isolated. They haven't been in school, so they have all these challenges here. So there's something for everyone. There's something for everyone. So it's for the general public and for young people. It's a family-oriented event as well, and that's how we would be developed service in the community.
Yeah. Dr. Blaize, is it going to be an interactive session? So is it going to be you come and you sit down and you listen? Is there going to be an opportunity for you to have an exchange with somebody else? I mean, how exactly is it going to roll out on the day? And also tell us what time it's expected to start.
Yeah, so it's 2 hours long. The first half an hour, there would be panelists sharing their presentations for 10 minutes each. Then there would be a discussion amongst the panelists. And after, there's a full hour for question and answers and discussions. And we have a Trinidad liaison, that's Darren Atz, from the Torrance Mohammed Foundation. And he would be representing the group in terms of coordinating the physical question and answer session at the Creative Arts Center.
Yeah. And Dr. Blaize, what is the expectation after this? So what do you hope people get out of it? And then is there some sort of follow-up, for example, after they would have attended this 2-hour seminar?
Yes, excellent. So we hope that everyone would walk away with something that they could implement in their life to improve their mental health. Yeah. And so there's something for everyone. The follow-up, we would be asking people, we would have a feedback evaluation form where anyone that would be interested in continuing with the mental health series would be able to sign up for it. We also would assess that and determine what are the additional needs and how we could provide it. So that's the main follow-up, and we plan to have at least 4 more in the year.
Right.
But again, we are assessing how this one functions, and we want to maintain that rapport and that community work because we really need to help ourselves and each other and the community.
Yeah.
And by extension, the nation. And, it's about community building, nation building as well.
Now, Dr. Blaize, you mentioned something very interesting. Of course, one of the symptoms of the COVID-19 pandemic was that isolation. There were so many other things coming out of it, and a lot of people are hosting these mental health seminars. But what makes this one in particular so unique that people should come out on January 22nd?
And so what makes it unique is that we are pooling the expertise of people from the Caribbean and also the diaspora in terms of the UK. We are pooling those resources. We're also having it in person, and so we would have mental health professionals, people who are involved in mental health service on the floor. And that makes it unique because most of the sessions tend to be online and remote. And so there's nothing better than in person. That's the ultimate in terms of connecting with each other.
Yeah. And Dr. Blaize, before we end, just remind us when it's taking place, what time it's taking place, and if we need to get more information, where can we go?
Okay, so it's taking place at the Creative Arts Center in San Fernando. It's a well-known venue. If you need to sign up for it, call 713-4100 and WhatsApp the information of your name and the number of persons attending that would want to attend the function.
Right. And it's taking place on January 2nd at what time, Dr. Blaize?
January the 22nd at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. That is not a problem at all. Well, Dr. Blaize, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I wish you all the best for this seminar. And I do hope that people come out and really learn about how they can, take care of their mental health and so they can maintain that throughout the year. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you.